Okay. Good evening. Please, can you hear me now? Okay. Wow. I'm just even sweating. This is quite stressful. All right. I think it's better now. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I believe you are good and you've had an amazing day. So you're welcome to Anijie Global Foundation. This is our monthly masterclass. Yes, this is our first monthly masterclass for this year. And for those of you who are new to Anijie Global Foundation, I'll briefly introduce AGF to you and we'll get into business. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. To the chat is disabled. Okay. Good evening. Please, can you hear me now? Okay. Okay. Wow. I'm just feeling sweating. All right. Thank you. It's better now. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I believe you are good and had an amazing day. So you're welcome to Anijie Global Foundation. This is our monthly masterclass. Yes, this is our first monthly masterclass for this year. And for those of you who are new to Anijie Global Foundation, I'll obviously introduce AGF to you and wow, I don't know what's happening now. It's playing back. Okay. All right. So sorry for the glitches. Okay. So the chat. So Anijie Global Foundation is a youth-led nonprofit that empowers women and young people, which includes children through education and leadership development to drive positive community impact. And the focus here is on education, quality education, gender equality, and climate action. Okay, so we focus on the SDG 4, SDG 5, and SDG 13, right? Sustainable Development Goals. Yes, which per the timeline supposed to achieve them in 2030. So we have barely like 5 years to uh, max some of these goals down, right? Yes. So over the past years, Anijie has been into these um, development projects, right? Trying to drive impact in the educational sector, also helping bridge the equality between the male and the female. So that is where we come in for the gender equality. And with climate action, we want to also contribute our quota to the effects of global warming in our global ecosystem. Okay. Right. So I'm going to talk about goal setting, vision board and goal setting today. Yes, we're going to talk about goal setting and vision board today. I wanted to share my slides. Let me just see if I can do that quickly. I wish the chat was enabled so I can be able to see if everyone is just following. But since it's not, let me just see how this is. Okay, so The first thing that we're supposed to look at is vision. So we're going to do that into, I think going to do some 3 phases for our conversation today. We're going to look at vision board, we're going to look at what vision actually is, how to even, create a vision statement, and we'll get to goal setting. Look at the reverse goal setting framework, yes, which is an unpopular, framework that can help you achieve your goals. We also look at the manifestation triangle. Okay, manifestation triangle. Yeah. So let's just brace ourselves as we have this conversation. I want to just go ahead and share my slide. Okay, I think I'm okay. Also. Okay, so you can use the Q&A for any message you have or any question you have, or you can also comment on YouTube. All right, you can also comment on YouTube. Yes, you can do that. So I can be able to track. We are on the same page. Also, I'm not really a fan of presentation slides, but I have to just do this so that it drives our focus. Yeah, that's one thing that I believe, that the mind needs focus. So having this will help you to focus on the presentation. So the first thing is, like I said, these are value points. After this conversation, you should understand what a vision is. You should know what a goal is. You should understand the manifestation triangle. You should also be able to apply the reverse goal setting system, and also understand how you can create your personal vision board for the year 2025. The years at the peak. So yeah, almost concluding in January. Yes, the month of January is almost done. I believe some of us set some goals last year. We had some resolution. We had some visions that we wanted to manifest. We had some, dreams that we want to manifest this year. So at the end of the session, you should be able to go ahead and work on these dreams, these ideas, these visions. Okay. Let's first of all look at some few quotes that I put together. The first one here says that a man without a vision will always return to his past. A man without a vision will always return to his past. The second quote says that a vision is not just a picture of what could be, but an appeal to our better selves. So when we say a vision, we are not just looking at a picture of what is possible, all right? We are looking at an appeal to our being, who we can become, more than just what could be possible. Then the last statement, which is one that I love, says that a vision must always be followed by a venture, because it is not enough to stare at the steps, but we need to step up the stairs. Gen Z language will say bars. So a vision must always be followed by a venture. What it simply means here is that the vision will not manifest by itself. The vision will not manifest by itself. Just because you have a vision does not make you a visionary. Just because you have a vision does not make you a visionary leader. It is the action that you put in place to ensure that that vision becomes a reality. It is what will become after you driving or you having creating the vision. It's what will help you to get that accolade or that title as a visionary leader. So a vision must always be followed by a venture. Now let's define vision here. So the vision, or when we say vision, you hear people talk about vision statements. Companies have vision statements. Individuals can have vision statements. We all have our personal visions. A vision is the image you carry about the future and will unfold when you put in the work. And will unfold when you put in the work. So like I said in the previous quote, the vision will not manifest by itself. The only way the vision can become a reality is when that vision has the action component. It's when that vision has an action component. So that vision that you carry in your mind should be able to manifest when you put in the work. it first starts from your head, that is your mind. You now believe that vision, it comes to your heart. Then now you can handle that vision, it comes into your hand. So from your head to your heart to your hand. These are the 3 levels that every vision goes through for it to become a reality or for it to become a physical manifestation. So whenever you create a vision, whenever you come up with a vision, the vision should go through these stages. Your head, that's your mind, and your heart, that is where you believe in the vision. So you can have a vision and not believe in the vision. You can have a vision and not believe in the vision. And when you don't believe in the vision becomes jeopardized. The vision becomes constrained. You can't achieve it because you'll not be able to be motivated personally to go ahead and work on that vision. The reason why you're working on that vision is because you believe that that vision carries the potential of giving you a result or bringing you something in return. So the reason why the Bible will tell us that there's no man who decides to build a house and does not consider the cost. The house there is the vision that you want to build. You need to consider the cost. So we have something called cost benefits analysis. You have to weigh the cost and the benefits. And that is where you come into agreement with your belief system. Do you believe in this vision? Are you sure that this vision can get you the future that you want to experience? So having a vision doesn't necessarily make you a visionary leader. It is the belief in the vision and the action that you put in place that will give you that stance to be called a visionary leader. Now let's look at some vision activators. So whenever we see people who are carrying visions, we see people who call visionary leaders. These people that we see can be segmented, right? We can have segments, we can have cadres for them, right? So there are people that you see have burdens. There are others that they are pursuing the vision because of a divine assignment. There are others that are pursuing the vision because of a higher knowledge that they've had access to. There are others that are pursuing the vision because of an association that they find themselves in. All right, so these are all vision activators, and we are going to pick them one by one and understand where you can fall into. As a matter of fact, you can have all these 5 working, all right, but may not be working simultaneously. At a point in your life, you may be burdened to pursue a vision. At a point in your life, you may have an access to a higher knowledge that will drive you to pursue a vision. At a point in your life, you may find yourself in an association. You may find some people around you that you find them to be worthy enough to commit yourself to. So these people give you that motivation. These people inspire you to pursue a vision. Then you have models of breakthrough. So there are people that we look up to and they are visionaries, and we look at them and we're like, wow, they are pursuing something worth, following. Then they give you that blueprint, they give you that roadmap for you to also model, to create a vision. Then we have a divine purpose assignment. So this is when you have a fellowship with God, your creator, then you have that inner conviction. This one is often from within, due to your fellowship with God. So you have a divine purpose assignment that helps you to birth a vision. So when we talk about burdens and conviction, this is when you have this, heavy outpour on your heart. So there are some people that they can't stand when they see, women marginalized, okay? So they decide to set up maybe a social impact organization to help women who are being marginalized in society. This is a burden that they can't stand. There are people who can't stand seeing children who are supposed to be in classrooms, just staying at home just because probably they don't have access to good or quality education. They don't even have school uniforms. They don't even have classroom units. They can't stand. And they pursue a vision to solve that, burden. And this is where you have a conviction. So this one is often struck by convictions. You have that conviction due to a situation that you have around you. Due to a situation that you have around you. So that is burdens and convictions. Then we have access to higher knowledge. So there's a phase in your life that you get an access to a body of knowledge that helps you, or that motivates you, that inspires you to pursue a particular vision. So for instance, you go to school, you probably complete your undergraduate studies, get a master's, and maybe even in your master's or even your undergraduate, you decide to pursue a particular project work. After pursuing that particular project work, you realize that no, this is not just a project work, this is something that I can work on it to make it become a venture. Remember, we said a vision must be followed by a venture. So you want it to become a venture. So you can create a product or a service out of that project that you decided to carry in your heart because of higher knowledge that you've had access to. So this also inspires you to create a vision or to seize a vision. Then you have catalyst communities. This talks about the people around you. So there are people who are having visions just because of the people that they surrounded themselves with. There are people who are having visions just because of the people that they've surrounded themselves with. So you not be surprised if someone is starting maybe a hair business because all of her friends around her are starting hair businesses. Maybe someone decided to venture into the cosmetic industry because the people around her are into that business. There are people that decide to pursue a particular career path because of the people around them, because of the family that they found themselves in, because of the friends that they decided to associate themselves with. So these are catalyst communities that inspire you to pursue a particular vision for your life. Then we have models of breakthrough. So these are agents of transformation in our society. These are agents of transformation in our society. Here we are looking at people who have walked the path that we want to also walk. These are people that have walked the path that we desire to also walk. These are people who are experiencing the future that we are also looking forward to experience. So they become models. And that's why we call them role models. All right. They are frameworks. They are more like blueprints. They are roadmaps. They give us an example of what could be and even an appeal to our better self. So for instance, you see someone who's doing so well in an industry and you're like, wow, if this person has been able to rise to this level of influence, then there's a possibility for me to carry my vision to this level. To carry my vision to this level. So these people become our role models. Then the last one is the divine purpose on assignment or assignments. So here you birth a vision due to fellowship that you have with God. So there are some people that are pursuing the apostolic vision. There are some people that are pursuing a prophetic vision. There are some people that are pursuing an evangelistic vision. There are some people that are pursuing, a pastoral vision. So these are divine purposes or assignment that God lays upon your heart, gives you a fellowship with Him. So these are vision activators. These are vision activators. These are vision activators. I believe those on YouTube also can hear me. Okay, awesome. So we can continue from here. So the next thing that we'll look at is the manifestation triangle. The manifestation triangle. And I want you to grab this once and for all. If you're able to grab this concept, trust me, manifesting your goals will become easier. If you're able to grab the manifestation triangle, manifesting your goals become very easier. So I remember 4 years ago, I called this triangle, okay? And it helped me to get clarity. For me, I'm very big on clarity, right? Because whenever there's clarity, then there's no chaos. Whenever there's clarity, you can move with speed. And whenever there's speed, it means there's direction that you're following. Because if there's no direction, then you're going to live your life in deception. All right. And if you are living a life in deception, then there's no way you're going to have that clarity that you need because you'll be frustrated and that leads to chaos. So it becomes a cycle. All right. It becomes a cycle. So the manifestation triangle has these three components. You have your vision sitting at the top, you have your purpose here, and you have your goals at the base. Carry it in our hand. So that is what the vision actually is. Now let's look at, okay, just a minute. That's a problem. Okay. All right. So let's look at this triangle and why it's very important for you to, get this concept. So on this manifestation triangle, we are looking at how we can manifest our vision, how we can manifest our vision. And get this, that vision speaks more about who you are becoming, more than just what you are doing. So it speaks more about who you are becoming. At the end of the day, what you are doing should make sure or should align with who you envision yourself to become. So the bigger picture is about who you are becoming. It's about the person that you are becoming. It's about the being, more than just the doing. So if you want to change the being, that is when you come back to the doing and you correct the mistakes there. So there are many people that are fighting individuals. They are fighting themselves, but they forget that it is the habits that they inculcate. It is the various daily tasks that they indulge in that gets them to where they want to be or who they want to become. That is the end goal. That is the vision. So vision speaks more about who you are becoming. Now, when you define who you want to become, for instance, let's define person A as someone who desires to become the greatest dancer. All right. So that is who Mr. A wants to become. That is the vision, who you are aiming to become. Now, who you are aiming to become is not enough. Why? Because the scope of your success is actually determined by the scope of your vision. So the level of your success that you experience in life is hinged on the scope of vision that you have. So if you see people that have success on a smaller scale, then it means simply that their vision was on a smaller scale. And success here is on a personal metric. So what you call success may be different from what I call success. By the end of the day, the measurement of your success will be based on the vision that you carry. So the scope of your success now becomes the scope of your vision. That is how far that success can be. Depends on how far that vision has been, created or has been seized. Then now, after determining who you become, you need to understand why that is important. Why that is important. Why do you want to become the greatest dancer? Why do you want to become the greatest public speaker? Why do you want to become the greatest, event organizer? Why do you want to become the best project manager? These are all ideas that we envision ourselves to be. Now, we need to understand that having that vision is not enough. Having that idea, that picture, that future that we envision ourselves to experience Okay, I don't know whether it's better now. Okay, all right. Sorry for the distraction. Oh, okay. All right. I think it's go to my device here, but it's fine now. Okay. All right. So let's continue. So I was talking about the purpose, part of the manifestation triangle. I believe that's where the challenge came in. Okay. So let's get back to that triangle. Let's get back to that triangle. I don't know whether you guys can still see the triangle. Okay. So we are looking at the purpose. I talked about the vision. So now we are looking at the purpose. And I said that the purpose gives you a strong reason to pursue the vision. I gave an example that Habakkuk said that we should write down the vision and make it plain so that whoever sees it may run with it. Whenever we read that scripture, what comes into mind is just writing down the vision and running with the vision. That is pursuing the vision. But what we fail to understand is that you cannot run with something you don't have an understanding of. There's no way you run with something that you don't have an understanding of. Then where are you running towards? Or where are you running to? Because when you pick something and you begin to run with it, there should be a level of clarity. There should be a level of intention. There should be a level of explanation that you've received from that vision, so you can run with it. So whenever you craft the vision, whenever you see the vision or you seize the vision, you need to have purpose behind the vision. There should be a strong intention. That is what gives you that commitment to pursue the vision regardless. Regardless. So you start a vision and you encounter it's very, very important. So okay, let me just go by this. All right. So I was talking about the goal. So now let's look at the goal part of the manifestation triangle. So now you have your vision, you have your purpose. Now, that purpose, that is the intention behind your vision, should give you a roadmap. Should give you a roadmap. That roadmap is what we call a goal. So let's look at the definition that I gave here for a goal. Let's go to the definition. I say here that a goal is simply an objective. Sorry, I think it's objective I wanted to start. Objective, that's someone or a group of people ambition, plan, and commit to achieve. So you have companies having their goals, having their objectives. Okay. Individuals, we have our goals, we have our objectives. And look at the keywords here. You need to envision the goal, you need to plan, and you need to commit. So many people envision, they plan, and they fail to commit. When you fail to commit, you fail to achieve. So it is very important that we pay attention to the keywords here. Envision, word envision here has in it vision, meaning a goal has to be sourced from a vision. A goal has to be sourced from a vision. A goal is a sub track of a vision. So when you have a vision and you have an intention behind that vision, what comes out of it is what we call a goal. Now, having a goal, you need to plan. So you need to have steps that you're going to take to ensure that you achieve that specific goal or objective. Now, after writing down these steps, you need to make sure you have commitment. Commitment here talks about your level of discipline that you attach to ensure that that goal becomes a reality. Here again, get the statement that goals are not just written down to, achieve. So pay attention to what I'm saying here. So we don't just achieve the goals. So by achieving the goals, we don't just end there. The purpose of the achievement is for us to become. So it is this triangle that you are seeing. Let's go back to the triangle. This triangle that you are seeing is a cycle. Have a vision, have a strong purpose or why, supposed to give you back or get you to a particular being. So for instance, I have a goal or have a vision of, losing weight, all right? I have a vision of losing weight. Why? Because probably I want to, my why here is that I want to maybe participate in a particular competition that requires me to lose, some weight so that I can be able to run. Maybe I want to participate in running, right? And I need to lose some weight so that I can be able to train very well, be able to run effectively. Now that's the purpose. Now the goal is for me to exercise. The goal is for me to watch my diet. The goal is for me to maybe take in some supplements. Now this goal has its end result of feeding you back to the vision, which is losing the weight. So the goals that you set of probably taking some supplements, checking your diet, doing some exercise, is supposed to contribute to your being, who you are becoming. So you realize that it becomes a cycle where your vision gives to your purpose gives to your goals, and your goals gives back to your vision. This is what we call the manifestation triangle. So whenever you pick up any vision, being it your personal vision, being it your business, being it your organization, there should be this cycle where you have a vision leading to a purpose, giving you a goal or a set of goals, and that goals or those sorts of goals feeding you back to who you are becoming. Feeding you back to who you're becoming. So this is the manifestation triangle, and this is what is going to help you achieve the goals that you set for this year. Many of you here on this call have some goals that you've written down. Maybe to make some amount of money, maybe to achieve a particular, milestone in your business, maybe in your financial life, maybe in your relationship. These are all visions that you have for the year. There should be a strong why for that vision. There should be a purpose for that vision. Now, when there's a purpose, you break it down to goal. That purpose will give you a commitment level. And that commitment level is what gives you that roadmap, that clarity for you to embark on a particular daily task or a particular weekly task or a particular monthly task. So for instance, your vision is to grow your relationship with God. Why? Because you believe that if you are disconnected from your source, then you cannot be resourceful. This is your purpose. So the vision is for you to be having a relationship with your God, building a strong relationship with your God. The purpose is that there should be a constant connection with your source. If not, you not become resourceful. Now that purpose gives you a goal. The goal is that, okay, I have to spend maybe 30 minutes a day in prayer or in reading the Bible or, or in studying maybe some Bible, Christian literature books. So these are all goals that you set for you to have a particular being or become a particular person, giving you the framework of the triangle. So your vision, your purpose, your goals, feedbacks to your vision. So that's the purpose triangle and the manifestation triangle. And if this helps, those of you who have struggled in achieving your, so you can use the manifestation triangle to achieve your goals. It gives you clarity, it gives you confidence, and it gives you a level of commitment to pursue your vision. Let's go down this one last thing that I will share with you for all this. Right. So let's look at the reverse goal setting framework. The reverse goal setting framework. Now, oftentimes when we say we're going to achieve our goals, when we are setting goals, we have the SMART framework, have specific goals, measurable goals, attainable goals, and all that. But what we fail to understand is that when we decide to go by this direct means, we often don't look at the cost benefit analysis, and we also don't look at what we call the deficiency syndrome. All right. So the deficiency syndrome is talking about how much you are looking at losing in order for you to achieve that particular goal. That is all the reverse framework is about. So for instance, you want to achieve a goal of, let's say, um, getting your master's next year. That is the goal that you set for yourself. You need to ask yourself this question: how much sacrifice am I willing to make? How much sacrifice am I willing to make? So you are looking at the pain involved. You are looking at the cost involved. That is the reverse goal setting framework. So you identify that goal. You look at the being that is needed for you to achieve that goal. And that being comes with a level of sacrifice. That being that wants to manifest a vision or a goal of achieving the masters comes with a level of sacrifice, comes with a level of, opportunity cost. So you need to set some things aside. You need to set some things aside. You need to set some things aside. Please a minute. Another meeting. All right. So when you understand this, that having any goal comes with a level of pain, you'll be able to appreciate why or the importance of using the reverse framework. The reverse framework. So let's look at something. I crafted something called the house and the rudders rule system. Okay. So whenever you see um, this principle, what should come in mind is the rudder and the house. Right. This is what you usually use to paddle a boat. So we are going to look at that framework. Then we can come up with our questions if there's any have successful conversation. So let's look at the house and the rudders and so when you think about a rudder is what is used to paddle boats, okay, to give it direction, all right? So if you are concerned much about direction, then you are looking at the rudder. However, direction is not enough. Just because you are moving in this right direction is not enough. How about looking at progress? So that is where the house comes in. So the house is supposed to give you progress. So you realize that you paddle with 2 hours for you to have progress. So whenever you set a goal, the goal is supposed to give you a direction, but there should be something that should measure the progress. So let me give you a simple example. For instance, you want to, um, let's say you want to write a book. Okay, so if you want to write a book, if writing the book is um, your goal, okay, you need to set a system. You need to set a system. That system is that you are going to have a writing schedule that you follow each week. So if you're a writer and your goal is to write a book, your system is the writing schedule that you follow each week. If you're a runner and your goal is to run a marathon, your system is your training schedule for the day or for the week or for the month. So having this system helps you to achieve progress more than just having a direction. So the direction is determined by the rudder, but the hours determine your progress. Okay. Right. So I don't know whether anyone can still hear me. All right. Okay, I'm on the back now. Okay, sure. So let's continue quickly. So let's continue. So we're talking about systems. Yes, that'll be the last thing that I'll talk about. Okay. So you need to set your goals so that you actually follow the goals, right? Yes. And there's this last thing I'll share with you. It was introduced by some of psychologists. They call it goal competition, right? So the goal is that, or the idea, let me say the idea, the conception is that one of the greatest barriers to achieving your goals is that you have other goals that you also have to achieve. So, in other words, some of your goals may be competing one another in terms of time and attention. So, whenever you chase a new goal, you have to put focus and energy, for the other pursuit. So, for instance, let's say your um, goal is to have your breakfast early. You also have a goal of getting to the gym on time. All right, maybe training in the morning. Now you have these two goals competing for time and attention. Which one are you looking forward to sacrifice? So now there should be a system that will ensure that, okay, if I do this, then automatically I can also go ahead and do that. For instance, so now I was using the gym and the eating early as an example. So if you know that these two are competing for your time and attention, you have to do prioritization here. So you need to prioritize which one that when I do now, I'll be able to achieve the other easily. Which one that when I commit myself to be able to help me achieve the other easily. Okay. So, and for me, in this case, you can look at the gym. Get into the gym. When you're done with the gym, you can now go ahead and enjoy your breakfast on time. That is, if you get to the gym on time and get your schedule completed on time, you can go home and enjoy your breakfast on time. But when you're done eating, it will be difficult for you to go and train. So this is how you do your prioritization. You prioritize which one can help you to accomplish the other easily. If that helps. So that is how you can ruthlessly eliminate the goals that um, need your attention and your time at the same time. Then the last thing is that you need to have what we call the upper bound, the upper bound, right? The upper bound. So whenever we set goals, we always focus on the lower bound. So that is the threshold that we want to hit. Walk 6,000 steps a day, right? Yes. So that is your lower bound. But what if you can do more than that in that day? What if you do more than that in that day? So you need to go the extra mile so that you can know your upper boundaries for a particular goal that you set. Maybe your goal for this year is to write a book. What if you could write 3 books? What if you could make some amount of money for your business? What if you could go beyond that? What if you could increase your capacity, your production to reach more customers so that you can make more revenue? So you ask yourself this question so that you create an upper boundary for yourself, so that you don't limit your capacity. Remember, a vision is an appeal to what we can be, and even not just that, but our better selves. So not just what you could be. Yes, you could be a dancer, but what if you could be the best dancer? Maybe you could be a project manager. What if you could be one of the best project managers? Maybe you could be a public speaker. What if you could be one of the best public speakers? So we are looking at the possibility of better self, the possibility of better self, not just the possibility of being. So not just what you can be, but what you can be in the better way. What you can be in the better way. So that is what we are looking at in terms of the goal setting and in terms of your vision. And in terms of your vision. Now, the last thing that I'll probably talk about, then we are done, is having your personal vision board. I wanted to share a personal vision board with you. Let me just see. This is a sample. I have a picture here. Okay. Let me just um, Let me show you how a personal vision board can be. Let me just go ahead and share this. So I don't know how many of us can see from none of us can see. Okay, so I think yes, this gives a better view. So this is what a vision board looks like. Okay, so this is what a vision board looks like, and on every vision board, I always suggest that you have your personal word for the year, your personal word for the year, personal word for the year, and I believe that this should be something that you do before you enter into the season. To doing your personal retreat before you enter into the new year, you have a personal word that you receive for that year. It can be abundance, it can be favor, it can be fruitfulness, anywhere that you for your year, word for your year. Some of you may be in churches, maybe in organizations, they have word for that year. But you should have your personal word for the year. What is what telling you in that season? Right? You have maybe for me, I have an anchor scripture that word, right? Then you have people that, like I said, model breakthroughs, people that you look up to in terms of the visionary path that you want to follow. And look at the blueprints that they've left or the prints that they are living or they are being still creating from who you are looking at becoming, who you are looking at becoming. So this is a sample vision board that I could say. Okay. So this can be edited. You can see this and you can look at it as your personal vision board for the personal vision board. Personal. Personal means that you have a strong conviction for what you are doing. If someone picks this, the person will not understand why I have some of the images there. You will have, you can't guess the reason that I have maybe understand. So it should be your personal vision board. So on that note, I would round this up. I believe today we've learned a lot when it comes to vision. I should go much deeper. I have another meeting here, and I apologize also for the glitches. Yes, YouTube, some of the things I had to go through them. Some network. So we've learned a lot in terms of vision, understanding what a vision is, the vision activators, how to set goals using the reverse framework system, looking at the rathers and the us, and also personal vision board, how you can do it. Okay. So if you have any question, please you can drop it in the next 2 minutes. In this session. Okay, I don't know if there's any question. I'm here to see any question. I'm here to see any question. Okay. Right. I think on that note, we can call this success for appreciate this model for the opportunity to lead this masterclass. This is the first monthly masterclass that I'm coming up. Comment contributes greatly to your that notes. Thank you to you all for Global Foundation. Before, thank you and have an amazing evening.